I was explaining to Ray J about Hotline and how all of you are aspiring artists, record label owners, managers, agents, booking agents, entertainment lawyers, etc., etc. So please utilize this opportunity while he is here, because he can give you firsthand knowledge and experience of being with a major label as well as an independent label. He's here to answer some of your questions. So we're going to, show of hands, he's available. Take advantage of it.
I was just wondering, what is the difference between being with the independent label and a major label? What's the main difference?
It's all in how your deal is structured. You know what I mean? And to make it different, I mean, it's like if your deal is the same kind of deal, like it's like you get like joint venture deals, you get royalty deals. You know, you get it's a couple of different deals you can get. And when you're doing an independent deal, you want to get, you want to make sure you get the right deal, like a joint release deal or a joint venture deal. You know what I'm saying? And so therefore, it's like if you sell, 50,000 records, 100,000 records, you're gonna see, a good amount of money from that. When you sign to a major label on a royalty deal or any deal like that, when you go, 200,000-300,000, you don't really see nothing. That's not good. You know what I mean? But if you do that independent, then you just caked up. You know what I mean?
So you say that it's better with the independent label than a major label?
I mean, it just depends on if you believe in your music, it's gonna be a whole lot harder because then the budget is different. It's like you go from shooting a $250,000 video or $150,000 video to shooting a $50,000 video. And then, it's harder to get in the door sometimes, with BT and MTV and radio sometimes. So the music's got to be out of control, and you just got to set up the movement kind of on the independent side a little harder. It's a little more struggle. The budget is a little different. But when you sign to a major, they kind of lay it out for you a little different. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the difference.
Thank you.
For sure. It's good if you can get to a major label like Def Jam and they like your label and they like, I'm going to give you a label deal. And that's a better look than saying, okay, I'm going to just be an artist and just be on the label. You know what I mean? So it's just different. A label deal is like when you have like more than one artist. So you come in with 3 artists, and then they like your artists, they like your producers, they like the whole movement. So they sign you and your label. So then it's not just like, it's not like if, it's like Murder Inc. They signed Ja Rule, Ashanti, and then our guy might have had a couple more acts in the back. But those 2 were the key artists. Murder Inc., blasted off, and then it's like they just signed the whole movement. So it's just a better look.
Like, what's your process like as far as when you put together your album? Like, as far as production, do you normally write first and then you get your tracks, or just how do you lay it all out?
With me, I just feel like when I hear a beat and I just feel it, then I can come up with something. And it's like emotions. Like if you feeling something, you hear a beat, you could probably come up with the song in 15 minutes if you feeling it. But sometimes you kind of get stuck if it ain't, if it ain't clicking. But with this album, we didn't even have a deal before we started the album. So we started in Miami. But my thing was to reach out to Timberland, try to get R. Kelly on a song. You know what I mean? Try to call Pharrell and get a beat so I could have some type of backing when I went in to get a deal. You know what I mean? So, I just looked at it like that because they already heard one of my songs on the radio. So I was like, I want to call in a few big dogs. But at the same time, I definitely want to put, my dogs on like Shorty Mac. This is my artist right here. Yeah. And it was really important for me to put Shorty Mac on the first single with R. Kelly because that was going to launch Knockout. You know what I mean? So it makes our label, more legitimate. And like I was telling my mom last night, it's like, even if we shoot the Keep Sweating video, it should be both because his part on the R. Kelly song is mandatory to come out because then they see the movement of Knockout Entertainment, not just Ray J, but then Shorty Mac at the same time. So after the song blows, then you got 2 labels going, who's Shorty Mac? Well, does he have a deal? And it's like, you know what I mean? We can talk. We can talk because they hear him on the radio, so then the deal is better. So, it's important to set up, like even with Baby and how they set up Wayne and Juvie and all them, they just know how to set it up. Same with Puff. It's just about the proper setup. So we're trying to do that with this label too. When you doing a label, you gotta have your ideas, right? But then you gotta get with somebody that knows contracts, that knows the business, whether it's, you know, your family or somebody that you can trust that knows the business, because you don't want to have to be dealing with all the contracts either. You want somebody that knows what they doing and you know what you doing, and have the artists know what they doing. So then you have a whole team, so you won't have to be getting caught up, getting, you know what I'm saying, get in on the contracts, because you got somebody that's gonna take care of that. And when you run in the company, it's like, yeah, well, we can talk about what I want, but at the end of the day, you got to talk to my lawyers. You know what I'm saying? We set up the deal. When you get interest, then I'm going to put my folks on the phone and they're going to take it.